So students, now we are on page 8 and we are going to discuss the next category, that is periodic and non-periodic changes. First, take the very simplest of the definition. Periodic changes are those which take place at fixed interval of time, right? Fixed intervals of time. So then it is written that you may have seen a clock with a pendulum. The pendulum moves from one side to, from side to side or to and fro, like we spoke about the particles movement in, solids, to and fro, vibration. They do not leave their mean position, and they just move from side to side and come back or rests at the mean position. You can think about the swings, right? Swings also, they have a to and fro movement. Finally they rest at the center at the mean position. And now this pendulum's movement, it happens at fixed intervals of time. Then the motion of a pendulum is an example of periodic change. Please tick it. Then the next example, this is example first, right? Then the next example is, as you know, the moon changes phase gradually, slowly, from full moon to new moon and then again to full moon. Now this change takes place over a period of 28 days, right? Now if I ask all of you, like, what are the phases of moon, right? So phases of moon are nothing, they are the different ways the moon looks from earth over about a month. Fine. So no one has to explain or write the different phases of the moon. It is an example collectively taken here, because this change happens at the fixed interval of times, or like interval of time of like period of 28 days. So the same change is repeated over the next 28 days. So the phases of the moon are an example of periodic change. So this is your second example. And I guess you must be missing your, school. So you know that your, when your lecture or the period gets over. So if it is of 40 minutes or 30 minutes, that, having a fixed interval of time when the bell rings, fine. Uh, so hope to get back to school soon. Okay, so that is also one of the example. So you can underline the two examples which are, mentioned in the first column of this page. Then the picture is also shown, which is figure 2.4. The to and fro motion of a pendulum, then it's a periodic change. Then comes the next definition. Non-periodic changes are those which do not take place at fixed intervals of time. So there could be many examples. The things or the like changes which are happening random, fine. So the melting of ice, vaporization of water, then curdling of milk. Fourth is charring of sugar. They do not repeat themselves at fixed intervals of time, so they are non-periodic changes. So students, it's better to, underline like examples which are mentioned and number them, so it is in your, memory that what kind of examples we have read in which kind of a change. Then the third category comes the desirable and undesirable changes. So the changes that are useful to us are called desirable changes, whereas those that are harmful or undesirable are called undesirable changes. Thus, the digestion of food 1, ripening of fruit 2, growth of living beings 3, and these are the changes involved, and the changes involved in cooking, they all are desirable changes. So 4 examples are straight away written here. And the next is the rusting of iron, the spoiling of food are undesirable of changes because they are harmful, of having no use to us. Then earthquakes, cyclone, volcanic eruption are such undesirable changes that cause damage on a large scale. And the recent one, you can, or we all are experiencing the presence of coronavirus, right, in the atmosphere, the biggest of the undesirable change, right? So just take care of, your health, stay fit and fine at home. So these are the changes, you can mark them and, underline them also. And next comes the main one of the main heading again is physical and chemical changes, right? The classification of changes into physical and chemical changes is of great interest to chemists, so we will study physical and chemical changes separately. Now the first comes the definition of physical changes. A change in which no new substances are formed and which can be reversed by reversing the conditions is called a physical change. So please be clear about the two specific points which are confirming that a particular change is a physical change. The first is no new substances are formed, and the second is the change can be reversed. Now on the basis of these two particular things, we are going to discuss approximately 4 to 5 examples, and in every example these two things must be confirmed, so we can surely say that this particular change is a physical change. So there are some few examples which are discussed here. You can number the examples. The first is the glowing of a heater, then thermal, and then next is change in state of matter, and on the other page also there are 2 3, so number them. The first one is the glowing of a heater of a bulb, right? An electric heater or a bulb glows when it is switched on, but the glow vanishes up, disappears as it is switched off. So the change is reversible. Also, no new substances are formed. Therefore, the glowing of a heater or a bulb is a physical change. Fine. And the figure is also shown in 2.5. And then today we just leave the things here. The rest of the examples you read. So we have understood the first example, how it is a physical change, students. So far we have just discussed the general things, but a few definitions have come and many examples have come. So revise these pages that we have read, and your homework is to read page 9 and page 10. At least you read all the examples of the physical changes. So next time when we discuss further, you have an idea about these concepts of the examples which we will be discussing or reading further. Fine, students, take care.